What's going on, people? Guts here, and we're going to be playing some Serpent and Staglants. So let's get to it. Check for updates. Game is up to date. Start game. I think that's pretty cool that they check for updates.
My lord Erline,
And let's watch this cutscene.
I pray that a strong wind might hasten the ship bearing this letter, for it carries dire news. My host has warned me of a curse that will befall our moon lord on the longest night. Be on your guard for spies and false friends. Distrust the servants of lesser gods. Cloak the moon lord as you can. But I fear he will find no sanctuary in the Staglands. I will follow this letter west when I am released. I hesitate to reveal more until I arrive in Corum, but take heed. The Carrion God welcomes mortals and gods alike.
Wow. It's very mysterious. I really like that, the cutscene quality. It kind of reminds me of those cutscenes back in the Sega Saturn era. It's kind of like a live action movie cutscene kind of deal. It's pretty cool with the filters, but yeah, let's go start a new game. Dude, this is something else. When the gods were formed, and you claimed them as your dominion. Which god did you ally with? She's writing. She's interviewing me. And the last game I remember that interviewed me like this was Shining Force. I think it was Shining Force 2. When you peered through the clouds one night and saw a small fleet of boats tossing in the rocky waters near the coast of the Staglants, lost in despair, why did you reach down and part the clouds so your moonlight could guide the way to safety? Sheer coincidence. When you first set foot in the Staglands and showed yourself to the new settlers, what animal ship did you take on? A four-horned antelope. And the Zana that you seduced after a winter solstice festival, what gift did you leave behind as you slipped away from her, as the moon disappeared into the dawn? A singing wisp, a sparkling citrine, good memories. Well, yeah, not that easy on a first date. Good memories. I think I saw a smirk from this lady. You cheapskate. No. Okay. Wow, look at here. Looks like a man trapped in a field. My lord Nikolai, what's happening? Why are you still here? Have you laid here all night in such a state? Erlane, finally. I'm glad to see you can stand. Are you continuing your celebrations? I'd invite you to assume a mortal form and share a cup of Kefera, but I believe you drank all of mine last night as you masqueraded amongst my villagers. Were you turned down by all of the pretty maidens have done, Erlaine? My visit is of a most serious nature. Something has happened. Forgive me, my lord. Pray, tell me your tale. As I was casting spells to open my portal to return to the moon, I found myself blocked, as if my portal was unlinked. I laid here most of the night, ethereal, trying every spell I knew. That is grave indeed. Do you have any suspicions regarding who might have closed your portal? In my stupor, I dreamt of a dame in a cloak with green eyes. She was reading my past from a tome, as if she was reading a eulogy. Could this be a prank in bad taste? Yes, but mayhap done at the hands of another god. This cannot be the work of a mortal. Possible, but I know of no one who would do such a thing. My portal was an ancient gift, and not easily tampered with. Even more serious then, my brother is a scribe to the counselors, you know, being skilled with letters, and has told me some things, small things that seem odd. A missing counselor, spirits pouring from their chasms, insults traded between races in places of power. And when is mortal power struggle not filled with bad tidings? Nay, you are right, this must be a matter of the gods. Aye, and mayhap I am jumping at my own shadow. But how can I aid you, my lord? I cannot open your portal to get home, and without a better guard than my scroll-bound acolytes, I cannot create any real sanctuary here. As dangerous as it may be for you to travel in mortal form, for you know you can be slain as such, I fear it is your only way of finding any answers. That makes me already suspectful of this guy. I mean, if he was your loyal follower, why wouldn't he do his best to provide sanctuary for his lord right away? Okay, but I could be wrong. It's just speculation. You know more of this land than I, as my visits have been more pleasure-bent than observant. I'll trust to your wisdom. What form would my lord take while traveling the Staglands as a mortal? Let me consider the choices. Okay, so we have different races here. Baruchov. Just do not showcase their heraldry of their noble lineage, but are often used as a second weapon in battle, flashing and piercing an enemy to gain an advantage. When you equip a shield, your physical damage roll is increased by 2d1. Wow. Horn ladies. For many years, the Barchovs existed solely under the Emerald Metallis, driven there by forces unknown outside their records. Over time, the fighters of one of the scouting battalions, the Horned Ladies, became extremely adept at fighting in the dark and rocky grounds of their cavernous retreat, gain a hit chance above when you're underground of 5d1. A society with a rigid aristocracy and an obsession with courtly graces, Barchovs never failed to use their heraldry to open doors. Start your journey with a house crest in your inventory to smooth your passage through the Staglands. Wow. Homeland. Oh, okay. Pasaran. Pasarans hail from the lush, forested East Mainland, an area under control of the Pasaran matriarchs and their expansive families. Some of the greatest hunters on the mainland can be found in their ranks, and hunting monsters is a common entry to high-ranking society in their culture. Organization, matriarchal law. Did I miss anything? Oh, here. Their minds are open. Expansion of creature. Wow. The new generations of Barjah still maintain the grey-toned skin and white eyes of their ancestry and continue the culture of being proud, practical, and methodical thinkers. Matriarchal law exacts dual justice. Intention and crime, defined with clerical spells, their harsh justice often leads to exile, and Pasaran outcasts often find shelter west in the southern islands. Pasaran exiles that have settled into the Staglands the past 100 years have done well for themselves, prized for their strength and hunting prowess, and remarked by the black feathers falling from their heads and ever-judging, opaque pupils. Amathevia, original home of the Amathevians, and are now settled as Staglands, is surrounded by geothermal vapors, creating a purple fog that has kept any invaders out, if any ever attempted the voyage that far south, or unknowingly dwell in the region. They primarily fish with their plentiful waters and are expert boatwrights, chemists, and engineers. With long peace times, they are one of the most advanced races, and their achievements include longboats and the materials for the most corrosive elixirs and healing cures on Ball. What militarized effort they have had has been to suppress groups of Amathenians that have seceded to take the land as their own, and the monstrosities that come from the waters. Amathevians are characterized by their purple-tinted skin and web-like ears, which is the result of their watery, purple-fogged homeland. They tend to be an easygoing and open people, and welcome new experiences. Let's go check out these classes. Physical and dodge spell and physical dodge chance. Okay, against monster spirits. This looks like a good good class to roll. What is the quest cap? Excuse me? Receive 2d1 to physical damage when attacking with a whip. Start your journal with 1 point in occult. Okay, let's check out the other race. I don't know anything about celestials. Deviants promote peace and prosperity above all conflict and war, instilling civic duties and the benefits of benevolence to neighbors and their children. Start your journey with 1 skill point in Rally, a combat skill buffing the armor class of your entire party at the start of combat. Must have 1 point in dexterity or strength to use this skill. I suppose I'll get strength and dexterity. Engineer. In the golden age of Amathevia, engineers tinkered with small, portable, explosive liquids, and many have become masters of throwing them with speed and accuracy in defense. Start your journey with a 0.2 permanent increase in attack speed when attacking with an elixir. Wow. I kind of like the Amathevian Unshaken. Here we go, the Lachovinians. The Lachovinians inhabit an archipelago south of the mainland. Their islands range from exotic lush forests and marshes to rocky mountains teeming with iron and minerals. Their islands support wheat production, farming, and livestock, but is cramped, making their expanse into the mainland and cause of their war efforts for additional land inevitable. Organization. They are a lawless people without a centralized government, but share a common culture comprising of houses, separating island ownership, doing trade with one another. While they are fearless sailors and wage massive sprawling wars, Lachovinians are known to have some of the most fearsome sorcerers. This may be due to the cultural worship of the carrion god, who is said to have aided them during the evacuation of the mainland. Their rune-splattered skin is surrounded in superstition and mystery, and they are the only known race to boast of this beautiful and haunting trait. Their runes aren't a topic discussed with outsiders. It's here. Oh, you have to click the actual class. I might be missing something here. Ooh, fearful light. Excuse me. Ah. Okay. Fighting is not a sport, not a necessity, and being raised in society of excessive warfare, they're especially adept at fighting at their own kind. 5d1 physical DC and a spell DC skill mod when fighting humans. Start with one skill point in Feverish Haze, which corrupts the flesh and inhibits an ability to move and think. Raised home by constant war, and eat or be eaten philosophy. Start with your journey with an extra 5 hit points. I kinda like this rally skill. I'm gonna go with that. I have to enter a name. Okay, how about... Okay, only took me like 10 minutes. But I like to read the lore, so... You'll want companions to protect you and give you consequence. You can certainly hire mercenaries to join you once you depart the temple, but you can also create some additional avatars now to accompany you for the time being. Well... Maybe I can create another one. Kind of like the Weepers. Female fighter. Liza. And no, that's not a Game of Thrones reference. I'll seek out companions as I may. As you like, my lord. I can offer the services of my nephew, Wilhelm, and our strongest acolyte, Catalina, if you wish to engage. Wilhelm, you'll find him wandering about this floor. Catalina is out in the courtyard, working in the gardens. Pray send them back to the temple when you can, as they are both important to the temple, and I'm rather fond of Wilhelm, especially. He does want us to send him back to the temple when possible, and he is very fond of his nephew. Okay. As you wish, my lord. What's ours is yours, indeed. There is a storemaster in the western wing. He can sell you some supplies to start your journey. I'll give you some emeralds, but I can't take too many from the temple purse without arousing suspicion. I wish I could vouch for every member in this temple, but I think it's safer to trust no one, which means I must live with the knowledge that I'm sending you out in the world with little besides your wits and a few gems. Break yourself, Airlane. What I can do for you is gather a disguise. If anyone asks, for now you say you are a merchant. And when you're ready to leave, meet me outside the doors in the courtyard. We shouldn't risk being seen together now that you're in mortal form. Anyone with enough knowledge to know of your portal must know that you'd come here first. And spies might be lurking in the shape of temple visitors. Very well, we'll meet then. So you can pause with space. The game automatically saves. quick spells here, quick aptitude skills. Let's check these out. Oh, what's that? That's Harbinger. What's this? Or a spell. Okay, so B highlights everyone. And how do you pan the camera? You have to use the arrow keys. As you approach the book embedded into the wall, you notice dried blood on its spine. A slight metallic odor hits your senses. With a sense of foreboding, you decide that satisfying your curiosity isn't as important as keeping your limbs intact. Yeah, why would I do that? That's Erlane. Let's go walk around. He said his... and this should be his nephew, Wilhelm. Check this out real quick. His table is full of books and notes written by Erlane about the history of the temple and his predecessors. You see some familiar names who were all humble servants of centuries past, but don't find anything particularly useful that they did. Greetings, traveler. Can I be of aid of you? What do you do here? I am learning Skylore, and I keep the books in order. Sometimes I assist the cook or Erlane with accounts as well. Erlane said you might be willing to escort me to Emerald Metallis. What aid would your company bring? I'm handy with throwing elixirs, and am a good woodsman. My ma and pa would often send me out to set traps before I joined the order at the temple. Aye, but I don't trust you not to run off into your beloved woods. I think Erlane would be pissed if I were to bind his soul, so... Your new companion hastily packs a satchel for the road, and you are on your way. Check her equipment. I stopped them. Oh, so you have to go to press C. She should be in front. Now who is this gentleman? Swordmaster. So west is down left, east is up right, north is this way, and south is this way. I am in charge of the temple goods. I can sell you some supplies if you're in need. The festival wiped out most of my stock, but I can show you what I have. Okay, what kind of items do we have? Is there like a bag option here? This game really does leave you out. So Wilhelm actually has some armor, as well as a cloak. Blung. And he also has leather armor as well. What is this? What a weird annotation. Page 2, page 3, I believe? What is this about? Cast iron pan used for cooking and heating food. 6 emeralds? Herbology. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is quantity 100. Wow, +1 is significantly higher in price, but who knows? Maybe that damage is worth it, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get laser, some. Where's my gold at? Okay, how do I see how much gold I have? Okay, gold. Inventory. Add a note. Okay, I've got to add a note. I've got to keep Wilhelm and the lady woman safe. I've got to keep Arlene as told me to ask for the aid of his nephew Wilhelm and the woman in the courtyard. We suspect that a missing counselor tension between races, and I forgot what the other one was. Oh crap. Has given rise to, has been the cause of the blockage of my portal. Okay. So how do I roll it up? I don't know how much gold I have. A quick save. Oh man. Okay, I have my stats here. I have armor, classic, damage, all these stats here. I don't know where the hell my gold is. What the hell is this? Where's my gold? Where's my gold at? This is Liza's person. This is her inventory, I think. Okay, we only have 24 gold. Holy jeez. Okay. So can't really afford anything. I'm gonna possibly give her a heavy weapon. It's worth 65. Torch. Okay. We may need a torch and guts. Should be able to hold it. Guts. And she's got a torch. She's got a torch. He's got a torch. She's gonna be on the front lines fighting. And this all. This is a light weapon. It's brittle. Why? Okay, we can use natural healing benefits. We can give that to we can get these. And we can buy the alls for okay. What is she wearing? Let me see her equipment. She absolutely has like no weapons. Okay. I'm going to take one owl. And maybe two owls. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't even have no bow. He does have what is this? An elixir pack. Oof. How did I select him? Did I have some kind of hotkey here? Quick spell as well. This individual does not have any spells. This guy does have rally. So okay, he's got aptitudes. Well, I think he does have some aptitude in Wilhelm's got some aptitude in what woodsmanship, doesn't he? Yeah. Liza. What is he doing? Well, he's got detect trap. Oh, he's got a lot of spells, man. Alright, looks like we're all, somewhat better off. Is this it? Where do you hail from? I am from a small town in Corum, and when I was a lad a traveling scholar roomed at my family's inn and talked of a temple where men and women studied the stars and moon. I begged my pa and ma to allow me to join the temple. What are your duties here? I usually sleep through the day and study at night, as the moon illuminates the sky and the stars are revealed. I'm skilled with a quill and am charged of drawing the patterns of the night on parchment. What can you tell me of the area? Master Erlane keeps Lumen Fortin safe from raiders and natives and the beasts of the forest, but leaves the protection of his temple, and you'll find yourself at the mercy of the wilds. There's an outpost known as Le Bez, where caravanners gather, and a traveler like yourself might find like-minded bodies. Okay, there's an outpost known as Le Bez. Let's see, excuse me. Okay. Where's my journal at, man? Okay, we gotta find the best location of the best. Must find the best town where caravanners gather. Alright, I don't know if it's okay for me to break stuff in a temple. That actually sounds very rude. So, there's this individual here. Okay, can I close it? Okay, just doesn't seem right to be taking. The remains of a large feast, seared oxen meat, vegetables. The acolytes do quite well for themselves, that's good. These shelves are full of organized books, mostly dealing with histories outside the Staglants Peninsula. I think that's a typo, and you don't scan anything of usefulness. Vic talks about a reclusive race of winged fairies that have been seen throughout the Staglands. While the race seems quite interesting and exotic, without more knowledge of woodland creatures, you're not sure what information you can gather from the text. Reclusive race of winged fairies. Where do you hail from? It's weird because I thought I just talked to him like 2 minutes ago, but okay. So there are quite a few individuals here. Incantation book, what the? Oh, what the freak? Okay, oops. No. I hope it didn't consume it right away. Copied from the works of the much esteemed Vlad of Tongues and his ramblings on the uses of words of power in an incantation book. To successfully incant, a master of tongues must first direct their words at the source. To christen it may begin your incantation with the word Varusk. To warp the environment, begin with Ma'an. Action words: bite, slow down, Armura. Lower the shields and defenses of a foe. Know thy friend. Oh. Sova, slow the speed of a weapon swing. Varaja, make vulnerable to spells. Lumen, simulate torchlight. Rifle through the pockets of another. Scup, make an enemy swings or thrust shots wild and inaccurate. Rolla, decrease an enemy's agility. Now you have the prefix and action word. And with the proper name of a target and enough skill in the art languages, you can perform these curses. The next time your wife Olga runs at you with a frying pan or diddling with the serving girls, just incant Rosk bite Olga. Rosk bite Olga at her, and you're able to run away unscathed. Forget a torch as you're running out the door. Follow it up with Main Lunan, and your exit will be well lit. Wow. So we got some food, salted meat, so you don't have to really cook it. But I just feel wrong taking stuff from the temple out. Even cook. I guess he just doesn't talk. How do I get Wilhelm to detect traps? Oh crap, oh crap. No, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. No, I don't want to go outside. Sorry guys. Those with it might lay down several traps at once. If you try to lay a trap without the skill to do so, it will return to your inventory. Okay. A large group of honeyed wine remains here like the last of what wasn't used for the festival. The aqueduct mechanics of the temple is luxury rarely seen. So here's oral. Battles of med bottles. Study of goblins. Oh, yep, I knew that was some kind of new language writing. Spotted. Goblins have spotted arms. They scavenge. They
They hunt in groups. They scavenge tools. They have low magic resistance. How about oh, the volumes within these shelves are bound in thick ox leathers and old bronze frames. Scattered about are also scrolls of diagrams and charts dealing with the bloodless and mortals. Though without further philosophical insight, you don't understand what they would mean. Maybe I could talk. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk to these guys. Okay, yes, what are you studying? A rather bold question, no? I am a mage, and I believe that the patterns of the night sky affect the brilliance of my spells. I leave you to the knowledge you seek, mage. What do you know of the area? Painfully barbaric, if you must know. Not a good meal to be had from here until the gates of Corum. This temple boasts of a sumptuous beauty, yes, but the acolytes have less brains between them than one of those chickens in the courtyard, especially that ox in robes working in the courtyard. Oh, Oral isn't a very nice person. Spicer, good day to you. How fare the roads? Cold and hard, friend. What brings you to the Temple of the Moon Lord? I seek information on the Bloodless, a race of demigods with immortal life but no godly powers. They plague humanity and gods alike, and they must be stamped out like the rats that they are. What do you hope to find from these texts? This is the temple of a god, and it seems like a likely place to find texts at the history of the gods. Alas, my search has been largely frustrating. The temple seems to only care for the patterns of the night sky, not of the evils lurking amongst us. They break into ancient ruins and cower below the earth, in catacombs and hidden caverns, breathing hatred for humanity, and coming out to kill when born threatens to overwhelm them. They cannot die of natural causes, but they can be eliminated by a skilled warrior. How do you know so much already? I came from a long line of bloodless hunters. We are a valued sect among the Pasaran. With my companions, we tracked the family of the demons into the Staglants, but they escaped us. I've come to this library for answers, and while here I've heard rumors abounding of the bloodless presence, and I'm led to believe there are families lurking below, feeding on these simple people's life force. Ooh. If you find a nest of these vipers, seek my companions in Istakol. I need to write this down. Okay, Venomous is a Pasaran from a bloodless hunter sect. And if we find a nest, we have to go to Istakol in a camp near a forest. If you choose to face the bloodless alone, do not speak to them. Their words are as much of a weapon as their filthy taloned hands, I'm sure. You must excuse me now, I need to return to my search. Very well. What is this new item in my inventory? Oh, he gave me a map. The bloodless. Bloodless demigods. Lore. The bloodless are a group of gods, allegedly the ones that feed on life force. They tend to hide in caverns or underground. Venomous, the bloodless hunter, said to come find him in Ista Ko if we happen upon a nest. A nest. Well, I still need to go downstairs, or upstairs, excuse me. Is there a way to run in this game? Oops, no, heck no. Oops. Okay, courtyard. Who's this guy? I want to talk to him. Oh, whoops, sorry. Tell me of your duties. At Lumen 410 I do as Lord Erlane bids, but I mostly look after the tomes and scrolls. Mayhap I might venture from the hold to gather new texts to add to our collection, but only with my lord's leave. Why would a fort need such a vast library? When the original settlers found the ruins of Lumen 410, they stocked and established it as an eastern stronghold against the raids of the natives. But in the last decade, the native threat has been quelled, and Lord Erlane has converted the fort into a temple of learnings and star lore. Most of the natives have not survived the forceful efforts of our Amethyvian and Baruchal fighters over the past century, but some small pockets remain in the rocky coast of Emerald Natalis. If this is your destination, I bid you to stay near the Song's Path. Did you partake in the Solstice Festival? Aye, that I did, and all of the other acolytes too, for that matter. Lord Erlane traditionally starts the festivities by rolling out 5 and 20 barrels of sweet honey and wine at the first sight of the new moon, and the acolytes form a ceremonial line to push the barrels through the courtyard, singing songs of blessing and goodwill for the coming season. What happens at the festival? The villagers in Lumen Targ gather in the square around bonfires and sing praises to the Moon Lord, who ruled the skies for so long and will be missed in the coming summer months. Dancing and drinking contests follow, and midwives swear that babies conceived under a solstice moon are born blessed. Does the Moon Lord join the merriment? Many a maiden might turn a dance into a solstice dalliance, excuse their behavior by claiming their lover was the Moon Lord himself. But as it is unlikely that the god would take the form of a dozen men in a night, the words carry little weight. Did you partake? What are you celebrating? The solstice marks the beginning and the end of winter. Where our nights are long and the moon reigns. As acolytes, we celebrate so our gods that we honor him, but the villagers are also celebrating another season of survival in a harsh land, and also 5 and 20 barrels of free wine. If you venture down to the village, I'll see some caravans remaining from the festivities. I see. Farewell. Shelves of simple volumes that are covered in pictures and diagrams that tell a variety of stories. Some are historical legends and other local justices and heroic stories, and are likely entertaining for illiterate settlers. Though without more insight into law, you cannot make out a pattern of the stories. Oh. Kitchen knife. Let's see here. Do not allow me time to converse. Excuse me. What's this? Shelves of books about the mechanics of woodcraft. You find volumes which detail fishing boats to wagons, though nothing of importance to see now. You don't find anything. No, these guys have oh, is there a fog of war here? Writing tools. Huh. Small scholarly toolbox filled with various tools for writing. It has a lumen portent insignia, Moon Lord, engraved on the back. Most writing of books or manuscripts would be done in a monastery, such as Fortin, being one of the few places to read and write. And you gather that this box of supplies would be quite valuable for trade, despite not having any of the tools used for eliminating a manuscript. Reflect gems and powders. The components are ink vial, a small vial of a combination of local trees resident. What am I supposed to do? Sell that? Okay, we're back over here. And let's see. I was born and left, but my family left after abandoned raiders from the Staglants destroyed our home and burned our farm. And we moved to Emerald Metalla so my pa and brother could work with mines. That miner said I was too small to dig for emeralds, so my pa sent me to the temple a few months ago to get me off his hands. See, what are your duties here? I keep the tomes and scrolls free of dusk to prepare meals for visiting scholars. Lord Erlaine says mayhap I might track the patterns of the night sky with the older acolytes. After I've been here a year, I have other questions to ask you. What can you tell me of the area? If you wish to leave the temple, the courtyard outside the main doors will lead you to Lumentarg, a village nearby. Pa says I need not worry about anything but Paduri in Or's Bridge. But Lord Erlaine said I'll be safe if I stay in the Fortune Grounds, or if I bring Catalina with me. She's an acolyte too, but she works in the grounds. What of the area beyond the village? I know not good merchant, except that the caravan that brought me here traveled over a big bridge, and there were many guards, and we paid a heavy toll. The caravan leader told tales of beasts in the forest, and just last week a band of thieves were caught not far away, and lost their right hands. Depicts you beckoning the first settlers to safety. That's pretty insane. Look, it's even my antelope. I mean, there's my antelope even there. Okay, so let's go to the stairwell. We're gonna go to the guess there's no other exit here. And I'm gonna go to the courtyard. I'm gonna look for Catalina. Okay, so Elaine is standing near the gates with a scroll in his hand, bags packed, and several worry lines creasing his brow. He hails you, and all be a prank, but I cannot shake a feeling that dark times are upon us. It seems unwise to draw attention to yourself, so I've prepared a few items for you. I think it's best to travel as a spicer. They're known to be a curious type of merchant that moves freely and asks many questions, perfect for you in your search for whomever means you ill. A spice merchant visited recently and left behind her documents, granting her rights of trade. I'm afraid we couldn't locate them when she returned looking for them. A pity, but I'll give you them so that you will not be questioned, even in consuls and guild houses. Anywhere you recommend traveling? You might seek out my brother in the Emerald Metalis Consul Library. I'll give you a map. I can at least guarantee he will treat you well, and his libraries are extensive. If you believe there is any help to be found in the history of the Staglands, I doubt you'll find much in the northern districts. Lands are so sparsely settled, they barely warrant a local government. You see, prepare to travel yourself. I leave immediately to Corum. Your tucker might have more brewing than a locked portal. Hey, stop! And we're better to hide a plot than that today I'm recording. Travel safely then, and thank you for your aid. I'll return as I may. Oh crap. Health potions and reviving foods cannot be consumed while paused. What? Click on glowing objects to learn more about them. Some objects will reveal more information when clicked on with the correct aptitude cursor. Okay, I'm gonna look for Catalina in the courtyard. Is she at? Okay, we've got ducks. Should be able to find Catalina here. What ho, Spicer? Elaine said you might be willing to join me on my travels. He mentioned something of the sort to me before he left. Where are you going? Somewhere that you can kill better game than crop goblins. Emerald Metalis, and then you can return. I'd do anything to get out of here. My axe is strong and I won't cause you any trouble. Very well, join us and we'll be on our way. Your new companion hastily packs his satchel for the road, and you are on your way. Okay, so Catalina, she can go in the front. Torch, Iron Helm, Biscotti, Bear Claw. This guy needs it. Oh crap. Oh, okay. That was so scary. Oh my goodness. Have to be careful with those. Okay. Well, we've got a party of 4 now. Let's talk to the settler. I really like how the leaves blow. Talk to the settler. Oh, it's a big old axe. Catalina looks strong. Oh, what's this? It's goblins, 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 goblins. Oh boy. Appears that there's goblins here. I don't think I should be careful with Wilhelm, man. These elixirs are gonna throw me off, and I might friendly fire my own team. So this is a bridge. Up here, you do not want to stray from roads too often. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it quits for today, or call it a pause. And hopefully you liked the this video. Hopefully it was informative to you as far as gameplay and lore. And stay tuned for the next episode. Alright guys, thanks again. Peace.